All right. Well, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us. My name is Christine Hertz, and I'm a key account executive with Kerber Supply Chain. And I'm so honored to be moderating an exciting program that we have planned for you today. Our featured guest is an executive from Biagi Brothers, Neil Lawrence. Biagi Brothers is a leading provider of full-service third-party logistics and supply chain solutions to the food and beverage industry. And Neil will be sharing how Biagi has achieved tremendous success in rolling out a new WMS in a cloud-enabled environment across 30 warehouse hubs, all during the midst of a COVID-19 pandemic. Neil, can you please introduce yourself and your role at Biagi Brothers?
Thank you, everyone, for your time. I've been with Biagi for over 14 years, came from the operation side, and past 2-3 years have been kind of a hybrid role on the IT side and operations. And my main focus is systems for our WMS and our warehouse systems.
Thank you, Neil. We also have leaders from Kerber and Oracle joining us today. So Craig Moore is the Vice President of Sales at Kerber Supply Chain. Craig, do you want to give your background?
Yeah, thanks, Christine. Appreciate the introduction. Hi, everyone. Craig Moore, going into my 11th year at Kerber Supply Chain here. And I have the opportunity to work with organizations like Biagi Brothers as they go through their due diligence process, and really excited to tell their story today, along with how we were able to accomplish this with the help of the Oracle Cloud infrastructure.
Great, thanks, Craig. And then we have Bart Bratsos. Bart is an enterprise ISV manager at Oracle. Bart, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Christine. It's a pleasure to be here. We have a great partnership in the cloud with Kerber, and I provide commercial and technical support for the Kerber team, and we operate on a global basis, and really glad to have Biagi Brothers here along with Kerber to talk about our partnership.
Great, thanks, Bart. So today's agenda is really two parts. So first we'll hear from Neil and Craig as they walk through the Biagi Brothers story. I know Bart will have some additional commentary to add as well. And then second, we'll give you, the audience, a chance to ask some questions in our live Q&A. So through today, we'll plan to highlight really three key learnings. One is the importance of collaborating with a partner who can keep up with the constant development to meet changing customer demands. The second is how upgrading from an outdated system and technology to the cloud will improve speed, performance, and address security issues. And then third, how Biagi Brothers, along with Kerber, established really a template approach to implement the solution across a multi-warehouse network during an unforeseen pandemic and challenges. So with that, Neil and Craig, I'll turn over to you to share Biagi's story.
Thank you, Christine. So a little more background on Biagi before we dive into it. We're a nationwide 3PL. We have about over 400 customers, 30 warehouse sites, 12 regional transportation hubs. Our sites are full WMS, fully integrated with our customers. We provide customer and carrier portals to give real-time access, and that's key for our customers. We don't own any of this inventory. Our customers are logging in and want to know where order statuses are, their most accurate inventory, and be aware from A to Z of their product and their orders. Each one of our warehouses is about 250,000 square feet, give or take. And the next slide, you'll be able to see kind of where in the region we are located. And each site does a little bit different type of operation. We mainly are in the beverage industry, for food and beverage industry for storage and transportation. And depending on the location, it could have one customer or it can have about 100 customers. Just depends on the region and the needs. So the reason why we reached out to Kerber and looking for a new WMS system is our previous system, we were in it for about 12 years or so and fully customized, and we saw a lot of stability and performance issues. A lot of that issues was based on our customizations, but also how we were hosting that platform. And our main headquarters is in Napa, California. And anyone knows about California first hears about fires. So when we had our recent fires in the past year or two, and even power outages, all of our sites were affected. So we wanted to fix that up ASAP because just because one area is affected, we don't want our whole operation across the nation to be affected. So it was really important to find a partnership with Körber to be able to have the performance and stability that we were looking for. And most importantly, with having so many customers, everyone's requirements are a bit different. So we needed to be able to build something that we could continue to enhance as we go. So once we had selected Körber and were developing, that's when the pandemic hit. And it really was a challenge and a good opportunity for us to be able to take ownership on our side and be able to go live at all the sites with little support for Körber. Our first intention was to have on-site support for all of our go lives, but with the pandemic, that kind of changed the plans on things. So we had very limited on-site support, and we had remote support internally and within the Körber developers. Overall, though, we were very successful. We transitioned over 22 sites out of our 30. Before starting, we had about a 2-year plan to get all the sites transitioned, and we are on pace for that. So just proof that, if you have a couple curveballs, as long as you have a good partnership and a strong development team and a good process, you can still handle it. So I kind of mentioned it, our partnership with Körber. It was very key. We didn't want to build something that replicated exactly what we had. We wanted to present our requirements to them, and since they are the experts in the industry, we wanted to utilize their feedback and opinion to see what works best. And we had very good meetings and collaborations between the two parties. With the cloud environment that we selected, really was streamlined on making sure that we were going to be stable and have our best performance. We really didn't have to worry anything. Körber handled everything on that part on their end. But we had very good open communication. So when we did testing, when we did the define phase and development phase, we were honest in what we were looking for. They provided really good feedback, and that helped standardize our process. And what we ended up doing was, as we had, each site was slightly different, we were still able to make kind of cookie cutter go lives and bundle up number of warehouses to meet a certain requirement and kind of build from there.
Great, thanks, Neil. What an impressive story. Thank you for sharing that. Craig, I know that you worked really closely with the Oracle and Biagi Brothers teams through this initiative and through this journey that Neil just talked about. From your point of view, how do you feel the partnership across all three companies played a role in achieving that success?
Yeah, that's a great question. Christine, we had the opportunity to really focus on the requirements of Biagi Brothers. Neil mentioned multiple sites, different processes in different facilities. That gave us the ability to focus on what we do really well, which is delivering a process-driven WMS solution that can flex to the needs of what Biagi Brothers presented us with, and really confidently go into that with a strong design. And when you have the partnership of Oracle in the background with us, knowing that we're going to be able to rely on that Oracle cloud infrastructure with the rollout that Biagi Brothers was going to have across North America, it's not unlike that metaphor of turning on the lights. We knew that as we went from site to site, as we accommodated the business processes of Biagi Brothers, the partnership with Oracle allowed us to turn the solution on as we continue to progress and roll out across the Biagi Brothers enterprise. And it's really the power in that partnership, Oracle being so dependable, that has empowered this particular project with Biagi Brothers to be so successful, but also for us at Kerber Supply Chain enables us to take these challenges from a business perspective, address them, and have a partner like Oracle, which enables us to take this anywhere we need to go with a very dependable cloud infrastructure environment.
Yeah, good insight. Certainly, the ability to be nimble is even more important in today's supply chain. We all know that. Bart, perhaps you can describe some of your experiences with Kerber. I know Biagi Brothers is just one example of that, but what benefits have you really seen along the way as far as how the Kerber Oracle partnership provides value to our joint customers?
Right, and thanks, Christine. The cloud utility is really something that Craig just touched on. The flexibility to scale up, scale down, scale out, like turning on the lights. The power is there. It's a very high performance system, and Kerber has taken advantage of that. And the other thing that's unique about Oracle Cloud is it provides enterprise grade security that's always turned on from the factory. And once again, Kerber has taken advantage of that and provided that to all of its customers. So we're very proud of the working relationship, not just here in North America, but globally. We have 44 regions, so we can handle international needs as well. It's a great partnership, and we are investing heavily in our research and development to support customers like Biagi and Kerber. And we're spending about $5 billion a year on research and development. So it strengthens the partnership, and we have a great working relationship.
That's fantastic. Neil, I'd love to hear more about your future plans for the Kerber warehouse management system that you implemented in your operations. In particular, can you give us an idea of how your business performance has improved and how the solution is really provide a more stable experience for your customers, particularly as a 3PL logistics? That's pretty key.
Yeah, definitely. First off, as we mentioned, we're looking to replace our previous system, and we have successfully and built a lot better system with Kerber and Oracle. So phase 2 is we have sites that we run at our customers' facility, and their WMS system. So actually, we're going to be rolling out Kerber at those facilities. So we're going to be replacing our customers' WMS system with what we developed with Kerber. So there's about 10 sites to that, which we're starting on now. As far as what we've seen with go lives or after go lives, apologize, a lot more stable in the system. Prior, we would maybe once a month we'd be down for hours on end due to what I was saying prior, and now we haven't had any of that. It's very stable. There's a really good failover if in case a cloud environment needs to replicate over to another failover. It does that. As far as throughput for facility, which is really big for 3PL. We've definitely seen an increase in that. Prior, we would have drivers, potentially waiting for shipments. So it's usually after the first couple of days of a go live, we're rocking and rolling with the new system, and we've already seen plenty of advantages of changing that system.
That's fantastic. Great. Craig, in your role here at Kerber, you work with companies to solve for supply chain complexities every day. And many companies come to you with not only performance challenges in their warehouse, but challenges from an IT infrastructure standpoint. Can you comment on Kerber's decision to offer our WMS in the cloud and what value this offering lends to not only our customers operationally, but also technologically?
Yeah, this is a very relevant topic for the times in which we live right now. I think to start to answer that, Christine, it starts with a question, and it's a question I think a lot of organizations are asking themselves, which is an in-house server secure enough to carry forward their businesses into the future? And there are a lot of risks out there. and organizations are faster and more rapidly moving toward cloud-based solutions. It might seem like on the surface, it's a practical choice to have an in-house server, but it comes with those risks, and there's responsibilities that a cloud-based system is going to mitigate, and not only mitigate those risks, but it's going to do it in a standardized model. I mean, that's the point that we've reached. And here at Kerber Supply Chain, we have full confidence in the partnership we have with the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. The technology's come a long way, and those advances are reliant on the cloud to be completely modern, secure, competitive, and that's really the position that we're in. So again, as Kerber Supply Chain, we're able to focus on the needs of our clients, really address the business processes that they require in their operations. We already have that reputation and are known as the most flexible WMS solution in the market today. And to be able to do that and then have the power of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure behind us is a true advantage. And it's not just a Kerber advantage, it's an advantage that our clients take advantage of, and it's moving their businesses forward, and it's now moving it forward faster than ever. So we're really grateful for that partnership.
Great comment. Bart, anything that you want to add to that at all?
Yeah, I think Craig said it very well. You know, the security is key. It's very high performance, and it's a flexible, nimble system. So it can grow as the business grows at Biagi and other Kerber customers. We've got hundreds of customers in the cloud, and it's been optimal for them. So keep up the great work, and we're here to support your end users and Kerber.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Bart. All right. Well, before I turn it over to the audience for questions, I would like to again thank you, Neil, for sharing the Biagi success story with us today. The success you achieved, particularly given the added challenge of going through this transformation during a pandemic, is tremendously impressive. Thank you also to Craig and Bart for adding your commentary and insight from a Kerber and Oracle aspect. Certainly the support and the partnership really across all three companies lent to this success as well. So thank you for sharing the story, and we'll open it up to questions.